Hey, before the podcast gets started, make sure to go cop some t-shirts. I'm gonna take you out to the website. YouTube demonetized me, so your boy broke as fuck. So if you want to help support me, hold on, let me pull this up. Oh, this is Stu's site. You can fuck with Stu too, but let me show y'all mine first. I'm the priority here, motherfucker. This is my shit. All right, so you got the Game Time tee, Game Time on the front, oversized tee, Teammacho on the back. You got the I'm not a fucking scientist. I'm not supposed to curse in the first minute, but fuck it. I'm already demonetized, niggas. Facts. So yeah, I'm not a fucking scientist. I'm a bodybuilder. Yeah, so whatever you want to fuck with it. If you don't want to fuck with it, that's okay too. All right. So yeah, like if you want, hey, if you don't even support me, if you support Kane, if you like dogs, if you want Kane to stay on his diet, you know what I'm saying, keep getting brolic, keep getting buff, fuck with some t-shirts. All right. If not, Kane gonna be hungry. I'll put the camera on him, but he's sleeping right now. They don't. That's why I said buff. I'm like, they don't know what brolic mean. If you're not from New York, you probably don't know. But anyway, support Stu as well, because he do this podcast. And I like to support my friend's business. Unlike everybody else who go rock Gucci and all that shit, I rock with my boys. So go cop Stu stuff, beefstew.net. He got the Fear the Fro shirt. That's my favorite right there, Fear the Fro Stu. And then he got this serious bodybuilding one, beef stew with the abs and thighs. Oh, he cheaper than mine. His is $28. Damn. I gotta drop my rate. I gotta match that rate. The motherfuckers cop my shit. But anyways, I don't want to make this too long. Teammacho.shop and beefstew.net. Fuck with your boys. Enjoy the episode. There we go. Now you got it. Good, my guy.
Shit, I'm just chilling. How are you? Oh, let me get headphones too.
It actually, it actually sounds really good, but the headphones.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, the headphones might sound better. Though. I don't know. It sounds really good.
Well, I'll try real quick. How's it sound now?
Perfect.
Right.
I keep forgetting where you live. Where do you live at the moment?
Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, okay. They got good gyms there. They got a good gym culture. Oh, okay.
It's all right. We got so the gym I go to is sick. Hybrid Strength. I love my gym.
Okay.
But it's like an hour and 20 minutes from Columbus, from where I live.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You know what though? I gotta be honest. To this day, I still drive 45 minutes to go to a good gym than train out in West Hollywood. If I train in West Hollywood, it's just that it just don't work. I know you can say, well, you can work anywhere. Technically, yes, but why not maximize that bitch? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's like when I was off gear and shit, we started going as my other gym Sparked and like to another gym, Metro. Metro's a famous gym. A lot of people know the Metro Worthington gym. That's where like Francois trained at, and just all the old heads that are around here. They still sorry, I lost my train of thought there while I was talking to my dogs. I can feel her presence, but yeah, that's where Francois trained at, and like a lot of like the old heads, and like when people used to always come into town, that was like the spot.
Yeah. Did you smoke already? I'm about to light nothing now.
No, bro, I fucking listen.
A session before everybody hop on. If Zay was on it, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, right. You gotta tell me twice, bro. I actually just got back. I was went to the dispensary too. I like carts. I've been fucking with carts lately.
Oh yeah? What do you do?
I mean, it's just easier, bro, because I like bro, my anxiety is so high all the time, especially in the gym. So
What you say, carts? So that's not like the pre-roll. Oh, okay, yeah, So you can do it anyway.
yeah,
I might
because I typically can only smoke wax, but I'm allergic to flower.
really.
I mean, I'll smoke like if you had pulled out a blunt or a joint when we was at the gas palace
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something, I definitely would have. You know what I mean? Like if it's pulled out around me, I'm gonna smoke anything that's gonna get me high.
In fact, for a while I was
However,
for a while I was doing all carts. It is a different height or slightly, right?
it is. It is. It's not as colorful, if you will.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not as relaxing. It's better for the daytime. It's better for like when you're at the gym and shit. But when I get home, man, like I miss, and I like the taste of weed too. Like I love the taste of a joint or like a brand new bong or something is like the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah, yeah. Right. I
But
don't, I don't know if I get anxious is the word you would call it, but I get like maybe it's my form of angst, but I get like I kind of want to relax. My brain starts racing a lot, you know,
yeah,
and sometimes I think too much and I don't know how to stop. Especially when you have like a lot of clients or a lot of things you have to plan and you constantly texting all day and talking to people. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. So
yeah.
even though when I'm driving home, I usually listen to podcasts, but nowadays I don't even want to listen to anything. Maybe like this is not funny, but sometimes I'll have like some reggae music on, but really low. I almost want to just nothing on, you know. Just,
But I listen to meditation music all the time.
mm.
Bro, like there's sometimes like if you was driving home with me from the gym, you'd be listening to meditation music. Like, what the fuck are we doing, bro?
Oh yeah, because no reason like we don't gotta be so hyper all the time. Like even going to
Right.
these shows, there's no like okay, it might look like I'm hype like right before the set, yeah, but I'm meditating in the gym. The gym is like meditation to me, you know.
Right. And that's how you have the thing is though is like to have good, perfect form sets, you have to be a controlled chaos.
100%, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be um it's like if you play football, you know what I mean? Like you gotta like say like a D end or I was a linebacker, you gotta be able to be controllably aggressive. Where like you know what I mean? Like you're patient and patient and patient until it's time to pop and then you're real fat. You know what I mean? Like
Shit,
it's the
like
same thing mentally.
even in a fight. Imagine if you're way too riled up in a fight, you're not going to be a good fighter. You have to have a calm aggression to you. You know, as aggressive as Mike Tyson was, look at his focus. He was calm enough to focus. He was very
Right.
aggressive, but he had a calmness. You know, so
Yeah, but he also understood how to get to the aggression. It was a buildup. If you watched how he fought too, like it was a buildup. You know what I mean? Once he started getting somebody kind of like, oh shit, he would get hype and start like teeing off, and then once they're completely backed up against the ropes, he smiled like "fuck yeah, bitch."
yeah. Well, once you get to that point, though, honestly, like they will be trying to look calm, but they were more riled up than him because they don't know what the fuck to do. You get Tyson come at you. What's the
Bro, could you imagine? Could you imagine fighting Mike Tyson? Like even like on the street, like in a bar or something. Could you imagine like even if like you're in the right completely and he's coming at you, you gotta fight him.
That's gonna be. I gotta be honest. Even to this day, unless you're a top ranked fucking fighter, you
Bro,
don't.
he's gonna zoot you. He's
You
gonna
always,
zoot you.
yeah, you always play that motherfucker.
I don't care who you are, bro. He's gonna zoot. He's gonna knock your ass the fuck out.
Different. You know what? Like as a guy, I'm always like, you know what I'm saying? If I had to protect my whatever, my
If it's a
whatever,
protective thing, yeah, that's different. I think that's different.
like, I'm like I gotta fight. But but there's some instances where you have to take the L, right? Like if somebody has a gun, right? Somebody said something to your girl, you're like, what the fuck? You pull out a gun. At that
Right.
point, you gotta take your losses. So say, I
Right.
was thinking for okay, if you have a prime Mike Tyson, that's worse than the gun.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
Like,
But see, like even a prime Mike Tyson, I do believe because if I'm defending, let's say my family or something like, it's not a fight. It's not fist, bro. It's animalistic. I will fucking kill you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like any way possible, I'll find a way to.
it's like an
Even if it's just gouge your eyes out, and rip your fucking nuts off. I don't care what I gotta do, bro. Like you ain't gonna just, you know what I mean? Like,
instinct.
but if it's like at a bar, bro, and like he hit on my girl, and I'm trying like,
You know, yeah,
fuck, bro.
but I feel like sometimes that's like an instinct. Sometimes even though you know the danger, okay, realistically, right? Somebody breaks into your house with a gun. You're gonna try, motherfucker. Maybe you have your wife and kids. You're not gonna be like, oh, you got me. You know what I'm saying?
Nope. Yep. I'm gonna die. I'm dying that day. Either I'm dying or he's dying. Somebody's dying in that moment.
Exactly my point. So it's not even that we gonna win and we gonna do something, motherfucker. You're not gonna sit there like, oh, there, oh, just shoot them. You gonna do something. So same for Mike. He might hurt you really bad, but you gonna chop some shit. Like you said, he was the best fighter in a fair fight, though.
Right.
This
We ain't talking no fair fight.
so motherfucker, you gonna grab something. Like I'm not gonna box him.
Period. I'm not, man. We ain't not going fist, bro. Anything is possible in the area is getting thrown.
I'm gonna grab a weapon and try to do something to him. But you're gonna take some damage, but you gotta be ready to take some damage.
Yeah. See, that's why I feel like we have the advantage. We're big. So at the end of the day, the first thing I'm going to rely on is being faster and being able to stronger and wrestling somebody to the ground.
Yeah.
If I get you on the ground, it's over. It's done. I will win. Because at that point, I can start gouging eyes and shit. And I can start coming at wild shit.
Yeah. I, I had learned that when I was bouncing, and I would always throw hands at people. And the head of security was like, "Yo, you wasting so much energy. You fight this out. Why are you boxing these motherfuckers? He said just grab them." And I would watch him fight, and he would do it so slick, like he would waste no energy. He would flip to it. I'm like, I'm running around with these. You know what I'm saying? I'm running around. I mean, okay. Sometimes if you got a clean shot, you're gonna take it. But if a motherfucker back up and go like this, it's like you don't want to run around and get your hands up. That's just
Right. Right.
too much. You too big for that. You know. You gotta
Bro,
kill.
boxing, like, even just like fucking around, like, with somebody else or on a heavy bag, whatever, it's one of the most exhausting fucking forms of cardio on the face of the planet. I don't give a fuck, bro. It is. I boxed when I was young, and when I was younger, it wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? I loved it. Now, bro, no way. Like I tried to box when I was like 260. Um, my buddy James, he's like 260 as well, but he's an old head, so he's been bodybuilding for I think like 20 years. Like hadn't really ever touched much gear, just a lot of muscle maturity. So the dude's like 265, will never be under 265 even in his grave. Like just dense ass tissue. And my ass decided I like to talk shit on everybody I know. So, I was talking shit. He's like, "There's gloves right there," and I'm like, "Put them on. Let's go. Let's go." Holy shit! Because bro, like the thing is I'm crazy, so I'm swinging at him like a psychopath. He's like, "You don't even know what you're doing." I'm like, "I never learned how to box. All I know is I got long arms and I'm gonna attack you like a fucking psycho." But like after like 15 seconds, bro, I'm like,
Well, old heads are smart, so they're actually really good fighters. You know what I'm saying? Because they understand human behavior. They understand what to do. So I feel like a perfect fighting age in real life situations, if you're in good shape, I think in your 40s you're really
honestly,
good.
yeah.
You're
I
smart.
think that's true too. I think that's true all the way through all of the like any
That's true. Yeah.
MMA style, like any boxing, any kind of fighting sport. I think that's definitely true. Like late 30s, especially, is definitely an age where I think we see guys be great.
As long as your body, I said, even in bodybuilding, as long as your body holds up and you don't take injuries or any of that, a lot of guys are hitting their prime at, I mean, close to 40. Shit, Samson just won the Olympia at 40, 41.
Is he 40 already?
I'm pretty sure Samson is. Would you know that?
Oh, Samson, you said? I thought you said Derek.
No. He's
I know Samson's in his 40s. Yeah, you are right about that for sure. I know Samson is in his 40s.
I think Samson is 40. What's up, bro?
What's your name?
Yeah,
Hey, buddy.
yeah. You in? Wait, when did you move to Texas? Whoa. Can you hear us, lady?
Oh, what'd you say? I thought you were. My bad. I thought you asked him when he's moving to Texas.
No, I was asking Stu, but can you hear Stu's voice? I didn't hear Stu just now.
I
Like,
heard him for a quick second.
yeah, I heard when he first talked, but then now
That was it. Yeah. No, I can't.
Stu's gonna be stressed now. Bro, he look like a caveman, no? Look at him. We
fuck.
get used to.
Why do you still have like a diet face though, bro? Like,
He gets a caveman face. His internet, his audio sound like a caveman audio too.
that's. If I would say if that's just your facial structure, if you wouldn't have taken growth, you would have been a handsome man.
You know what? I don't know if Stu ever had a chance of being a handsome man, but he got a good personality.
You make me laugh, dude. That's the most.
You guys hear me now?
Perfect.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Hey, girls don't want handsome men. Girls just want security.
Yeah, they want funny guys. That's it. You don't got to be good looking, bro. If you're funny, yeah, you're cool.
Look at the bad.
Sound like you're in a fish tank, by the way.
Me?
Well, Brady does.
Or do?
Yeah. You sound terrible.
Oh, this not. Oh, holy fuck! My mic not even.
Oh, you're not the only one with microphone problems for once.
Hopefully they can hear me.
Catch that. Thanks for catching that, Stu. Me and Brady are already high, so.
Hey, listen, I just thought it was my head. I just thought it was my headphones. I didn't even think anything about it.
I don't think we would have picked that up. But yeah, look at my audio is better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at all the baddest girls on the planet. Are they dating handsome guys or are they dating rich, successful guys? I mean, it's not about looks out here for us, man. It's about success and determination. Hey, you back home still? Oh boy. Say that again. This guy's audio,
Damn
man.
it.
We didn't hear that. This happened every episode for like the last couple months. Oh man. Well, at least his afro looks good. Good job on the afro. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to Brady then. Yeah, but I don't think girls need a good looking guy anyway. So who gives a fuck? Do something with your life.
Yeah, I mean,
you still. Huh? Let's see if it's two guys to voice back.
bro. When I was in the Olympia, this company was
What's that? What they make?
It's nicotine pouches. I met the owner and he gave me a shit ton of them.
Oh shit!
Yeah, dude, they're so good. They're like 1,000 times better than Zen. I love them. He didn't sign or anything yet. I don't know if he will. But
Yeah,
I was like, bro, fuck that.
I've never done nicotine. What does it feel like? Is it
So
like
I
stimulant?
chewed, bro. I chewed for like 12 years and I just quit last January. So I went to the nicotine pouches and it's just like, for me, like other people will start because it can help. It releases cortisol or lowers cortisol rather.
I'm like, oh damn, it was gonna release cortisol. Shit.
No, lower cortisol. Just helps relax you and stuff, but like it can kind of make you feel a little like, yeah, it's like smoking. It's like smoking you ever smoke a bow, like a cigarette?
But I have before, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like the same. Like you're kind of chasing the same feeling. But I only use it because I chewed for so long that I can't not do anything now. I can't. I'm gonna quit nicotine soon.
Yeah, you gotta win.
Depending on if this company wants to sign me, that they don't, then cool. I'll give you guys a code, and I'll be chewing nicotine for as long as I damn well please. But
you gotta win off. But yo, did you agree with the Olympia?
no.
No. Okay, but there's in real time and there's post show. In real time, I mean, with the stream, the stream is only so good. So honestly, like, even though I try to judge while I'm watching, but the truth is, until I see the Gilco shit, I mean, I really couldn't see if what kind of shape Samson was on in the stream. I
And
couldn't tell.
at the gas house on Friday night, particularly, the stream was dark.
Oh,
Like Samson, you couldn't even actually see where his glutes were because it was
yeah,
just as dark as the
you couldn't
backdrop.
tell.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I do think Samson was much tighter than I thought he was once I did see the Gilco video. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, though, I just still think Hottie just brought. I always give the guy with the best conditioning the nod. Like if I was judging, it would always be conditioning over everything. But I can't argue the decision. You know what I'm saying? Especially once seeing the Gilco stuff.
Yeah. What about? Did you think Derek was going to be third regardless? Did you have
I
Samson
thought
being
Derek.
Derek?
I thought Derek should have got for it.
Oh, you're right, Martin. Martin.
I think
I'm not
Martin.
gonna lie.
Martin.
I'm not gonna
Okay, and listen, I don't know if you paid attention when it happened.
lie. Uh-huh.
Martin
Oh.
got real nasty next to Hottie. So then they left out those four. So Martin, bro, he was getting nasty. That's why like he was picking up the crowd. Like it was starting to look like Martin could even like overtake even into two. Like he looked insane.
Yeah, yeah.
But then so then Steve said, okay, like this is Marty's chance. He posed him and posed him and posed him. Martin lost his composure a little bit, just started to kind of fade a little bit. It looked like he just needed like one fucking more Rice Krispie treat and he would have been perfect.
Okay.
It looked like his blood sugar dropped. Like literally it looked like his BG dropped while he was posing.
He gets pretty hyped though. He gets pretty hyped.
and he could have just gotten tired, especially because he had the crowd so much when he was getting harder and harder, and then he started to get softer. And I think that's why they put him in fourth instead of third. I think Steve was giving him the chance to take third, and I think he would have done it had that not happened. Because he came back out later and looked fucking like, what was it, an hour later for his routine, he looked way better. He looked perfect.
So just from watching on a stream that isn't the best, when I started, because somebody say, "Oh, Martin could be third," and I'm looking, and then I'm like, "Huh?" You know, when you hear it, you're like, "Oh, nah, he can't beat Mr. Olympia," and you're looking, you're like, "Well, what pose is he losing?" And you're looking like,
that's
damn.
exactly what I was going. I didn't want to say it when we were all sitting there, but I was watching it going
low key, bro.
Because I'm so close with him. I'm like, I don't want to be the douche. It's like best friends with Martin. Like, I love Martin. Like,
because if you say it, it's gonna be biased, right? So, exactly. and then when he hit that most muscular, I was like, bro, don't hit the crab next to him. Whatever you choose, do not hit the crab next to him. For whatever reason, his crab just puts everybody to shame. That crab is stupid. Let me actually pull up the. Let me see. I don't think I actually looked at all the Gilco videos because there's so fucking much. But let me pull up the Martin. Oh, also anybody who was there in person said Martin was the most pure guy in the lineup, which says a lot. You know, maybe he doesn't. Well, he still looks peeled on camera, but I get the feeling I could see how he might not translate because it looks like he gets his detail only when he flexes for some reason. If he's not flexing, sometimes he doesn't look as hard as he is for whatever for whatever reason. But let's pull him up. I want to see the good. You still working with that, Stu, or you here? Let's see. No, well, I didn't hear nothing. No, I didn't hear anything from you. Try no headphones, maybe.
Yeah, it's go acapella.
Yeah, go acapella. Use sign language. This is routine. Oh, not fine. I want to see the mandatories. Okay, 1 second. Oh
hey.
Yeah, we can hear you now. There might be a little echo, but that's better than not hearing you. Okay.
Bro, Mike looked crazy. The guy got second in Classic.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah, no, he did. He's just a small. I didn't realize he was a small guy like that. He looked like really small stature wise, not muscularity, but stature wise, he looked pretty small.
He's like 5'7". He's a little bit shorter than me. I
got to be honest. If that man was 5'10", I think he could have beat C-Bum, which nobody wants to hear that because But honestly, if he was a bigger structured guy, I think he was that good. That day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought we lost one of those. Are you looking
Yeah.
for prejudgment? Got it right there?
Oh, this okay. I'm getting close. Is this prejudging? Let's see.
This would be the night one.
Okay, boom. This would be pretty perfect. Okay. All right. So let's see. You see, when he hits his legs hard, you see cross striations, but he has to like hit it real hard for me. Yeah. But I mean, he's in shape. It's good,
It's
Los.
definitely crazier in person too. It's definitely a lot crazier in person.
Well, that's what everybody said. They said in person he was the most peeled all around. From the front, Hottie's always going to be the most peeled guy from the front, but not necessarily from the back with Hottie. So he got the balanced attack, whereas his glutes are in, hams are in, Christmas tree. We got you, Stu. Right? We can hear you now, right? Wait, say something again. Say something, Stu.
Saying something.
Okay, I can't make sure. What's up, Los? What's good, Carlos?
Man, just chilling. About to. I saw you sent me the link, so I was like, let me pause on doing some work so I can hop in with the fellas.
I appreciate
that, bro. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Good, man. Just fully recovered from that little weekend.
Yeah. Hey, nobody caught the Olympia flu this year. Everybody good?
My girl did, which means I'll get it.
Man, damn.
Yeah,
I didn't feel cramped up though, even though there were a lot of people at the house and the expo. I felt like I had good spaces. I didn't feel like I was gonna get sick. Even though I shook hands and stuff, I didn't overdo it. Zay scared me. He's like, "Don't catch the Olympia flu." I'm like, "Fuck."
So you can't think about it. That's it.
Well, I kept thinking, if I get sick, bro, it's ugly. I don't want to get sick, man. It's all bad. It's all bad. Yep. But Carlos was looking big as fuck, bro.
Bro,
Carlos, bro.
Shit in person, dude. You walked up this motherfucker.
Oh, not me, man.
Bro, I didn't know how big Beatty was either. So when I seen him in person, I was like, oh,
yeah. Y'all gassing me. I felt so small next to these guys. I was trying to distract y'all with like my outfits and shit. Throwing a nice shirt.
I'm the smallest one in that picture, bro. Hey, bro, I looked at that picture. I was like, that's embarrassing.
You got like crazy clavicle width, like insane.
I just got tiny ass arms. That's honestly what it is. I look so small in the shirt. I hate it.
Stu, like I said, Stu look like a caveman, bro. Stu look big as fuck. Yeah, but Stu always looked like that.
Stu made fun of my arms before. I remember when Stu made fun of my arms at some point.
All right, hey Carlos, did you agree with the placings, Olympia, or like at least the top three?
Yeah, pretty much. From the way they had it Friday night, and then seeing it into Saturday. When they started comparing, even though Martin looked great, when they compared him and Derek, I was like, oh, well, that's got to be going for third and fourth right there. And how they were top two. I mean, I thought Samson was, like all around conditioned enough, and he has everything else. So it's kind of hard to lie. You know what I mean? He's fucking 300 pounds on stage, big as shit. In good condition with shape. It's like,
it's gonna be hard, yeah. I also don't think Hottie and Derek were at their best.
No. Hottie, I don't like in like the side shots, man. He looked smaller a little bit. I mean, obviously, Samson, but he didn't look. That disparity wasn't as great as last. Compared to last year. He was pretty comparable. And then Derek, man, like. I don't know if that motherfucker got stopped training back or something, bro. But the disparity between his upper and lower was just like almost too much, man. Like, but I did see like in his videos, I like to watch his YouTube channel. He was doing like stairs like the week of the show. I'm like, is that bringing down his legs too much?
I didn't see that. Yeah,
is that what's going on? Because his legs were they looked even more down than before.
They did.
It's crazy because at the Pittsburgh, they looked like he was about to have huge, crazy legs.
Every year, I swear, every year, like while I'm watching the videos into prep, his legs look insane. but on stage they come down. But they came down in comparison to his upper body for some reason this year. It looked like a big difference, man. You know, almost to the point that I felt like his waist didn't look as small because he didn't have as big legs. You know, so that really threw it off. You know,
Yeah,
Stu, can you hear us? Oh, I guess he's gonna try to fix something. All right, but yeah, with Samson, I couldn't really tell from the stream.
Stream didn't do him any justice, bro. Stream didn't do him any justice.
No, yeah, but when I watched the Gilco, then I'm like, is it prejudging? Yeah, I think so, right? Yeah. I've never seen that amount of detail in squats before. I remember his ab control. He was starting to lose his ab control at the Arnold, I think it was, and is back now. So let's see.
Sometimes you just don't notice that you don't have something as good as the last time until you get on stage and it was a problem.
Exactly. But would y'all say this is Samson's best condition yet?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would agree. He's still not. Obviously, he's still not the most conditioned guy in the top 5. Who was 5th? Andrew. Yeah. He's still not the most conditioned guy in the top 5. But I gotta be honest. I mean, it's not just condition. I think bodybuilding is everything. You know, as long as you have more strengths than weaknesses, or you have the least weaknesses, that's pretty much how you become the champ. You know. So, Stu, you can hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I switched over to my phone.
Perfect.
All right.
So, okay.
Can you
It's Stu.
POV?
Yeah, you got.
What?
Put a photo.
Stu, did you agree with the placings there at the show?
I was
Go ahead.
I was surprised.
Okay.
I still don't think he was conditioned enough to get the nod. I honestly don't think that I didn't think he would ever be conditioned enough to get the nod. But the way that I'm looking at it is like, if we're comparing like who is most improved from their previous showings, then Samson definitely wins that because he was better than the Arnold. Hadi was a little softer than he was at the Arnold. I think Derek was kind of similar to last year, maybe a little bit off. You know, and so that top 3, based on that criteria, you know, because they talk to the judges and the judges are telling them what they need to work on. And if they did their job right, then they're going to get rewarded, presumably, right? So he got rewarded. Does that make sense?
That actually makes that makes perfect sense. I think
that's the only way that I can kind of like square this in my head, because I still just don't think that he kind of fits the mold that has been the case for a few years now with the guys winning. You know, kind of smaller, more muscular guys with really good condition, and he breaks that mold. So I was surprised.
A lot of people I think would argue too that like Shawn did that as well. But Shawn was inside out peeled.
Yeah, he was.
Shawn was the most peeled that day. Like he won the conditioning, so that's why he won that year.
Yeah. I think what Stu said has a lot of truth to it. I think you're always going to be judged on your improvements to a point. If you get worse, it seems like if you get worse, even if you might be slightly better than somebody else, if you get worse, you don't get rewarded for getting worse. You know what I'm saying? I think also. I also feel like they want something different, something that because I think most people, okay, in the past when the big condition guy would win who doesn't have nice shape or beautiful physique, everybody would complain, right? So now we kind of got what everybody or most people always wanted. People wanted Flex to win or Kevin to win, or the people who had maybe wasn't as grainy as Dorian to win. and that's kind of what happened. Yeah, I don't think anybody has an issue with it, you know. But I guess if you go by previous Mr. Olympias, like before Curry and all that, it usually would be like the most muscular, conditioned guy with the best back. That was kind of the thing. But
Yeah.
I don't mind.
I'm not mad about it either. I mean, I think this is just driven home that I don't understand how this sport is judged at all anymore.
Yeah.
I really don't get it.
It's like it depends who's standing there, basically, right? But let's check out Derek, because a lot of people feel like Derek went backwards. And Joe getting a tattoo. That shit hurt, Joe? You enjoying it?
I just started.
Okay.
Hey, there you're on. Hey, buddy.
Joe about to look like Paul soon. Getting all these tattoos.
Get blasted.
All right, let's. So yeah, I was saying a lot of people think Derek was worse. That he digressed. So let's see. So looking from the front, I actually think his upper body got bigger. His upper body looks full of shit, but I don't think it helped his physique. For whatever reason, his waist actually doesn't look as small, and his legs look downsized for sure. So let's look at the side. That looks good. That looks pretty clean.
Yeah.
Side looks good. Let's see the back. I'm assuming the back looked good, but I also heard from behind his lower body was still downsized. So let's see. Of course, the glutes are in. Derek has glutes in the off season. Back is crazy. Yeah.
The
I don't know if I see.
Wow.
Exactly. I was about to say, how do you pause this shit?
It looks like he's not posing them. It doesn't look. It just looks like he's not contracting, which means it may have just been flat.
I feel like last year he had a lot more crazy detail in his back and hams, because last year I was like, I think that's top 3 backs of all time. You know, from taper to conditioning to size to width, everything. So you don't see that the same this year, but still the best back on stage, right? Of course.
Yeah, 100%.
But not quite the same.
Yeah, I just think like when everyone saw him when he came out in 2022 and he hit that front relax, and the crowd was just like
shock value,
novelty effect, and the shock value. But when he hit that, like, you know, that front relax this time, it just looked off. I was like, something's a little off.
Wasn't the same. Yeah, it wasn't the same. You know,
he didn't really back in with this too much. Like when the call outs, he was just doing straight on abs. So I don't know if that might have hurt him, because, you know, his ab shot isn't the best, and the vacuum helps with him when he does it.
Do you actually think he would have conditioned as last year though, in pure conditioning?
I thought it was just flat, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, I think he came back better Saturday, so I think it might have been like something with the peak.
So back to 212, bro. Every time he lost, it was the same thing. His legs looked downsized by the time he got on stage. It was because he would always be flat. I had the same problem.
Yeah.
Like my legs are the first thing to deflate. Everything else can be full, and then my legs are like, you know what I mean? So like, I think personally he was just a little bit. I said it on Friday. I said, like, second he walked out, I said he looks like he's flat.
Yeah,
I don't think Derek's ever been full, because if you see how big his legs look when he looks full, we've never seen anything like that on stage. So, Hani's such a good coach. I would assume there's a reason for that. That would just be my assumption. I would assume maybe he tried it and maybe it looked weird, you know, or maybe he just carbs him the fuck up and his legs just don't fill out, you know, because
sometimes I feel like
yes, so sometimes it just is what it is. So I'm assuming Hani is really good and he's so detailed. I feel like he would catch it. Like if we're talking about it, like he obviously can tell. So, but for whatever reason, his old coach couldn't get past that. Hani did a way better job, but he still hasn't been fully completely blasting full while being in shape. It's like one goes or the other goes, you know. Everybody, I guess everybody can't be Phil Heath, right? Just fucking shredded and full out of the house, you know. It's not real life. Okay, but yeah, I thought it did that really. I didn't get a good look at Andrew watching the stream. Honestly, I don't know if he was. I heard he was off. I don't know what to make of it. Texas, he was crazy.
Yeah, I would say he was definitely better at Texas. Even like in the midsection, it just didn't. He just didn't have that like, that action figure esque like, that statuesque look that he usually brings. I don't know what it was because I know there was something about like he had like something going on like I don't know trapped wind or something.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
So,
Yeah,
I don't know if that impacted his his breathing and his midsection control, or maybe it was just an issue with the peak. But yeah, he was better at Texas, and his confidence too just didn't really come through.
So I was gonna say that there's a fine line between being calm and looking like you don't want to be on stage. In Texas, he looked calm but confident. Like he looked really confident and calm. Over here, honestly, at every Olympia he's been to, it almost looks like he doesn't really want to be up there. It's kind of weird, right? He kind of just seems like I don't know. He looks like
he poses lazy too, so that kind of adds to that.
Yeah,
but Rhoden used to get knocked for that too.
There's no shade. I mean, it's just his style.
It's his demeanor. Yeah, it's his
demeanor. Hey, Stu, do you think that plays a part in judging? If you pose like
him going to that side chest like that, to me as a judge, if I'm a judge, even though his gut didn't come out, his gut did still kind of come out. I'm like,
he's chilling, bro. That man is chilling up there. He's taking his time with it. Yeah, I mean, you don't got to get riled up, but he's pretty fucking chill up there, bro. What do you think, Stu? Do you think that can affect your placing with the judges?
Well, I mean, he doesn't just look like relaxed. He looks like lackadaisical.
He looks miserable.
When Rhoden posed, it was like slow and controlled and like relaxed, but like
he was hitting the poses. Yeah, he was hitting the poses right.
He's moving around a little bit here, like there's like unnecessary movements that look almost, I hate to say it, but like amateurish. Like when you first see somebody compete at the first couple shows and they're trying to remember all the cues that their first posing coach gave them to like set up into a side tricep or something.
Yeah.
You put your legs together, grab your hands behind your back, and then you lock out your arm, and then you twist. All those movements are like blocky and separated, So it's not like smooth and flowing. And Shawn wasn't like that. Shawn was just calm and composed.
Yeah.
No, I would not compare their poses styles, but demeanor wise, I know not him for being a little bit calm on stage. This year, it just to me when I was watching it, I was just like, man, I don't know if he's just like unsure of himself because when you on point, you got that swag, you got that, it's in you. So
I know you're on. Yeah. Also, okay. I felt like some people get nerves, honestly. So, because outside of the limit, like I said, in Texas, was he calm and moving slow? Yes, but he was hitting the poses hard and he looked confident. Even like his abdominal control, which is abs, he probably has the best abs in the IFBB, right? Over here, it almost like he wasn't controlling his abs, which I have never been a thing for him. His abs always look like perfectly placed, perfectly tight. But if you look at his abs here, it doesn't look like the best abs in the league like it used to, right? It looks like, look how he's hitting this. He usually would sit on it and it would just be perfect. Like there would be no like air wind coming in or out. It would just be perfect. Texas, I remember watching him, like Lo said, he's a statue. Even though he's moving slow, everything is perfectly hit, and I didn't see that here, He's never. I don't think he's ever been the best poser, but this, I don't think this is going to cut it at this level,
I mean, dude, the posing's not just like. I agree with Stu, and like it's not just kind of amateur-esque. The posing, if you watching that video, I could mistake right there, Like I could point out 8 things that every pose he hit, he didn't hit 100% correctly, even for his physique.
I agree.
Like he's just
the transitions and everything was off. You know,
you
like
see what happened
yeah.
to him during his routine where they like fucked up the music and he just like threw in the towel.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's what I heard. I didn't actually see it in real time, but I heard he kept looking. I heard he kept going like this, like kept looking around, and he just cut it short. It happened to Breon, and Breon just shook his head like, "Oh, this is bullshit." but he kept going. You know. Hey, what's up, PJ?
You gotta dance, bro. Listen, sometimes you gotta dance. What's up?
Yeah, what's up, PJ? Hey, PJ.
Yes,
I'm assuming you watched Olympia, right?
Yeah. The quality was terrible after the prejudging, so I kind of bailed out after that. But I did watch the highlights and whatnot afterwards.
Yeah. And do you agree with the positions for the most part?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. After the prejudging, I said to the people that I talk to every day, I was like, I think that Samson is the worst second. And I said, which is weird because Derek might be third because I personally, my eye kept on going to Hadi over Derek between those two.
Yeah.
The one thing, and I know you guys were talking about him as I jumped on, that I was disappointed in was not seeing Andrew jacked next to Samson. I would have liked to see that comparison. They left him out on the outside the whole time. I thought that was strange, but I thought that the calls were good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't there one point where they put them next to each other for a very small?
Yeah, they did for like 2 poses, and obviously Andrew got blown up real fast, and he moved right back out.
Oh yeah, he wasn't. To be honest, I think Andrew may actually have structurally more potential than Samson, but
I agree with that entirely.
You know, but I just don't. When it comes to the Olympia, because I saw Texas, I was like, I don't think Samson could beat that. When I saw Texas, but then he did, you know, fair and square, you know, by quite a bit too. You know, so it's just that he got it's like that Cedric thing. The Olympia is just even Kai could beat Phil at the Arnold when it comes to the Olympia. So I don't know if it's nerves or just I don't know what it is, but that's when the tables are. I guess when the stakes are high, sometimes shit changes. All right, let's look at. I didn't get a good look at Hunter neither, but I heard he was better at prejudging and not so good at finals.
Yeah, he's better at prejudging.
Yeah, he looked shredded from the stream. He looked fucking shredded.
He came out. I was like, he is fucking huge, bro.
Yeah, I think he was the most on that he's ever been actually at prejudging.
Yeah,
I don't know, like compared to what it looked like there. The prejudging, the stream, the camera was like, I mean, I saw people arguing over who was looking better and whatnot. I'm like, how could you even tell the quality was so poor, you know?
Yeah. You can't really until the Gilco comes out. You don't really know what's going on.
Actually, you know who posted a really good video that I actually was going by that? Milos. Milos posted really good, clear wherever he was sitting.
he always does that.
Yeah, his was the best actually. So.
And Milo's got the iPhone 20 already. His shit comes out better than the fucking.
He does it because I think in his head he's like, who's gonna tell me not to? They're gonna yell at me. Like,
yeah,
he's right too. Like, hey, yeah, you do your thing, bro.
Hey, man, I gotta be honest. Hunter looks fucking huge and peeled, right? But he got 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does he have to do to move up? Because you could make an argument. Andrew didn't bring this kind of condition. He's just as muscular as Andrew. He's not as pretty as Andrew. So why doesn't he beat Andrew? You know, what about him isn't better than Andrew at this showing? You know, I think
everything in my head. I don't know why Hunter places so far back.
I think I would put this over Andrew, even though Andrew has my favorite physique, and I thought at Texas he could beat anybody, but this is in Texas, and he didn't bring it. So, you know, it's not about who's my favorite. This guy did the work, came in fucking peeled, full, did everything. His tan is fucking perfect. His complexion is even better than Andrew here.
So the two things that you can critique on Hunter, and they're not really things he has control over, unfortunately, are the pec tear and his midsection. It's
midsection.
not control, but it's like
the actual abs.
Yeah.
And I think he looks way better in that vacuum front double.
Mm-hmm.
He hit the old style like once or twice, and he just looks half the size. But you know, so what can you do about that? I don't know.
Like Milo says, like stomach control. I don't think it's the stomach control. I think it's literally his ab structure.
Yeah,
the way it sits. Sometimes his lower ab kind of pokes out, but I don't know if he can pull it back in. I mean, you got to flex it. I don't know what you could do about that really.
Was it
what
like
can you
that?
actually do about it? I don't think there's anything you can actually do to fix it.
no.
Besides hit the vacuum, but then you can't hit the vacuum forever.
No, I mean, what I think the only way around that is he needs to continuously, slow and steady, make everything bigger, and just keep getting harder, because you can't really change that other than controlling it in poses. It's kind of like Nick Walker. He's always going to have that shape to his midsection. You know, he carries a lot of muscle, but he's got that strange kind of like wideness at the bottom of his midsection that even when he's peeled, my eye always goes to that. So, he can keep carrying more size around it, but there's just certain things that structurally you can never change.
Well, yeah, that's literally what Nick did. As an amateur, nobody thought he could be pro, so he just added muscle, got leaner, got leaner. Only issue is you get to a point where you add muscle, you look worse, right? But I guess you gotta reach that threshold.
How much more muscle can Hunter add?
I think he can add more lower lat thickness, more thickness through his pecs. His shoulders and arms are tremendous. His legs are pretty good.
No, he could add more. I mean, he's already added a shit ton of tissue on his back, because his back double was his weakest shot.
Mm-hmm.
It might be it might be his strongest shot now, right?
Yeah, his back double looked good.
So he's done almost everything in his power. He's made all the improvements that he needed to make, and he moved backwards in placing. Granted,
I didn't agree with it, man. I was really shocked when they gave him 6, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, he's such a good sport. Like, you'll never hear Hunter complain about a placing.
But based on the videos that I saw, I believe that Martin deserved to be ahead of him, and in fact, I thought Martin beat Derek in some of the poses.
That's what me and Baby were talking about.
Yeah, we did talk about that. Like, we're like, what poses is Martin losing to Derek? You got the back double. He beat him on a rear lat spread. He beat him on the side poses, on the most muscular. Front double, usually he would beat Martin, and you could still give it to him, but it wasn't the same. He didn't have any sweep. His waist didn't look. He didn't have the same X frame, So I don't know. I could have. Shit. Even look at the thumbnails. Just look at this most muscular and this most muscular. Like, so. Look at quads. Look at the chest. I mean, I don't think anybody would have been mad if Martin beat him. Besides Derek, obviously would be mad, but nobody else would be mad. So that's a really good showing. That's a really good showing for him. So shout out to Martin. We got to get him on the podcast.
Yeah, he looked, and he's young. He looked fantastic. I was really impressed. Here's something that I was interested in. I've been out of the game for a while, so you guys may know this. First of all, do any of you have personal relationships with Derek?
No.
I can say of all the guys I've met, I've actually never spoken to him before. But did it not seem like all of the other competitors were overwhelmingly happy that Samson won? All sorts of people were happy as hell that Samson won, but I've never seen that on Derek winning before. It almost seemed like
Hottie stayed on
happy
stage.
that Derek won.
Exactly. I mean, not only did Hottie stay on stage, I gotta be honest, it didn't look like he was faking it. It didn't look like a fake smile, because it looked like he was actually. Samson gave him the same love. When he beat Samson gave him a bunch of love. And honestly, Hottie looked genuinely. Obviously, he's mad he lost, but he didn't look like he was faking it to me. He looked genuinely like he was happy for Samson, which says a lot about Samson.
Yeah,
I think Derek's just like kind of closed off. Like, he has his family and his girl, and he's just kind of really close to them. Doesn't let a lot of people in. Because I know him, but I'm like,
I really don't know anybody that's like super actually close to him. Like, so I think he just kind of keeps the circle super small and stays like at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because there's like out of all of us, at least one of us would be cool with him or know somebody close to him, but nobody really knows anybody close to him. Which I don't think he has many people close to him. If that's the case, you know, I've never even met. I've never even ran into him. Or
I don't think I have either.
He's cool. He's a shithead, bro. He's cool. he fucks everybody.
I was talking to one of my guys today, Beatty, Chris, Luke.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, Derek has been cool as hell to me all the times that I've met him. And I was like, man, it was so interesting. Like, are they that overwhelmingly happy that Samson won? Or are they super happy that Derek lost? Or is it a combination of both?
It's
I think it's Samson. I think it's just Samson's just such a genuine, kind-hearted
loves his story.
Everybody's like, "Fuck yeah!"
It's like the ultimate underdog. He was a second call-out guy in Europe, right? And then Arnold champion and Olympia champion. He actually made bring up your back, brings it up. Bring up your shoulders, bring up your arms, you bring it up. Get better condition, get more size, more lats, and he's done it all. He's literally continued
everything.
to do it.
Short of like bringing like a gnarly, grainy condition, he's done everything people have asked. So like, exactly. I think no one can really kind of hate that.
Well, speaking of bringing it, shit, Keone fucking bought it, and if Samson came in that condition, shit, I didn't actually think Keone could get that level of condition, and I don't even think he needed to.
He brought really good condition at that New York that he won, though. You worked with him, right, PJ?
Yeah. I brought him in New York Pro. He was peeled.
He was peeled. I was there, but
but like since he been in Classic, he was peeled though. But in Open last year, he was in good enough shape. But I don't think it was close to Shawn or Angel's shape. This year, I mean, in some body parts, he actually had more detail and separation than Shawn. And Shawn, this might be the most peeled Shawn's ever been. It just happens that he also the smallest he's ever been. I mean, I
actually think that was the best 212 bodybuilder that we've ever seen in the history of the 212s.
I'm gonna agree. He had everything Flex had as far as the size and fullness and roundness, and he had everything Derek had as far as aesthetics, but just even better aesthetics and bigger. Not on a scale bigger because he's actually lighter than both of them.
So Flex really maxed out his frame. He had narrow clavicles for but he maxed out his frame with a shitload of muscle. Keone's physique is just it's like aesthetically perfect, really. So to see him with all that size, I think that if he could put on 10 to 12 more pounds, he would be a short Ronnie Coleman at this point. He'd be when Ronnie Coleman won his first Olympia at 5'4" or whatever he is,
So let's say Tonio got 8th, right? This Keone beats Tonio. Derek won the Olympia 212. Then the next year he got 2nd. This smokes the 212 Derek. I think it's not even close. So what does that tell you? I mean, he gets a little bit bigger, just like Derek did, and goes to the Olympia. He had a better physique than Derek. Yeah, Derek was a better peaked bodybuilder last year than he had ever been. At this point, I mean, he's very close to, that condition and rounder, just more aesthetic. So he brings in top tier condition. Honestly, I think this condition is good enough. He brings in this condition, like you said, with 10, 12 more pounds. He was about 205 here at 220. You don't even have to be 230, 240. At 220, he would be. I think he would be fighting for the title. I think he would be in that top 3 spot. Honestly,
this exact Keone, I think, would have placed top 3 in the Open.
He would have beat Derek. You're saying?
Yes.
I mean, shit. I can't fully disagree with that. I just don't know how big he would look in the lineup.
That's the thing. These guys are so big, and the Olympia
That's the only thing.
is always going to be a big guys show. You know,
By himself, I agree. By himself,
yeah.
By himself, I think he beats. I think he beats Derek handedly. I mean, just by looking at the way he flows, everything. But when he stands next to him,
in between Hunter and Andrew Jacks for like a fifth and sixth spot, like he's gonna look real small.
That's the only thing I would think. You know, now with 15 pounds, I don't think they fucking with him. I don't think they fucking with him. You know, so I think that's how you would seal it. So could he try it now and see? Yeah, but why try it? Why not wait until he's gonna max it out eventually, but by next year or the year after. So then he's off to the races. But shout out to Keone. Now this Shawn, they came in the lightest they ever came as an Olympia, right? He said he hasn't been this light since the year before he won. I think it showed. I think it showed in his legs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I also noticed his left leg seems bigger than right. I did notice that. You don't notice that when it's full though, but you notice that when he's flat. You know, but I think he might have been even more peeled than we've seen him. It just didn't help him. It didn't, to the point I would say last year's version, even though his stomach wasn't, his waist wasn't as good as it is here, I almost want to say last year's version would beat this year. You know, even though he did what they told him to do, which was come in a lot lighter and tighter, I don't think it was a better look than last year.
There was nothing that he could have did that would have beat Keone this year anyway.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying.
It wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered. So it was worth a try. But do you guys think this was a better look coming in smaller?
I don't like it.
No,
I don't like it either. It doesn't feel like Shawn. Because Shawn is so bubbly and round.
Yeah,
and it's like, and because he's so short and small statured, bro. In the lineup, I'm not gonna lie, he looked really small. You don't realize how short he is in the past because he's so bubbly. Now being flat, it's like holy fuck, you know.
And it made him look narrow in the side poses too.
Except compared to Keone, Keone looked like Big Ramy next to him. It was so yeah. So
I think I understand maybe the midsection control was a little off last year, but I don't think it was the juice wasn't on the squeeze. Maybe they could have done more, transverse core work, try to keep it tight, cinch that in as best you can. But yeah, result of willingly losing some muscle and fullness, I don't think that was the right move. But don't get me wrong, still top 2 in the world.
Yeah,
exactly. The juice don't squeeze.
I said it ain't
the juice don't squeeze.
Yeah. Well, so even though his midsection was tighter as far as like distension, it actually waist actually looked bigger because the rest of his body looks smaller.
Yeah.
So if you look at the front poses here, right, it actually looked, he actually had less V taper. You see, so it's flatter, but it doesn't look as small because his arms and shoulders aren't as big and full.
Mm-hmm.
So
like that front last spread, man, like the chest and shoulders, it just didn't have that pop that we were like, we saw in 2020 where we were like, damn, that's a mini Ronnie Coleman.
Exactly. But you know what I hate to see though. Still, I hate to see somebody work harder and look worse.
Yeah.
I hate to see that because I've been there, and it sucks when you bust your ass and you look worse, motherfucker.
This is also why. And if this offends anyone, I'm sorry, but you kind of have to take what the judges say with a grain of salt because they always just have to tell you something, right?
Yes.
A lot of times what they're telling you is just something quick. Like as a bodybuilder, you need to know yourself what to do. So if you since last year, whatever, he could have said, why did I not win? Oh, well, we want to see your stomach tighter. Like if he came in with the same physique as he had last year, we would have all said that he looked good, but he still wouldn't have won.
No,
So
he would.
instead, he actually made himself look worse and still didn't win.
So he listened to the judges and looked worse. Even if the judges really have great advice to give you, they don't know what goes on in camp. So me and Joe always talk about it. Actually, coach. Your coach has all the experience, knows what you need. He knows what's going on behind the scenes. So imagine if Stu would listen to what he told him after the show.
He told me that my legs were too bigger than my upper body.
Well, let's not get too deep into that.
You just couldn't shut your fucking mouth, could you, baby?
I couldn't help it, bro. I couldn't help it.
Behaving, dude,
because she told me to drop 15 pounds, and I did that for the USA's. But you don't know what the fuck dropping 50 pounds look like, you know?
Yeah.
I look like I was in the wrong division.
I gotta know what that looks to.
I lost all my fucking, so it's like, I get it. Sometimes it makes sense, but they're just going by visual. Like they have no idea what Shawn is going to look like. Oh, come in lighter, 10 pounds lighter. They don't know what the fuck 10 pounds lighter look like. And now we see it and they're probably like, oh, well, sorry, motherfucker. Like, damn, it's too late. I busted my ass to drop 10 pounds for you. Oh yeah, you should come back like come back a little bigger.
You should have done like 5, sorry.
What the fuck? That happened to Nick, right? Arnold. Your two flat legs are down. Come in bigger. Coming bigger. Yeah, waist. We don't like that big. Damn, motherfucker. What can I do? I'm bigger, smaller. So honestly, just actually coach, man, because you think you're gonna get or ask both of them because it worked out for Samson, but it don't work out for everybody. All right, let's go back to the. So Angel, I don't think Angel was really close. I got to be honest with you. I don't think he was close to fighting for the title. But he's a tank.
Yeah, he's consistent too. He's consistently on.
Damn, he got big ass legs.
He was when he did the Open in New York, he was not on actually, which was surprising because he looks like super peeled at like 4 weeks out at 230, right? So he basically just competed at that look, and he looked a little like spilled, or like his like lower back and stuff wasn't as tight as it usually is. And when he's in 212 though, consistently, yeah, he's nailed.
He's a beast.
Like, look at him.
I mean, he's losing off of genetics. So, I mean, well, everybody loses to Keone off of genetics, but he's even losing to Shawn off of genetics. I mean, structurally, his waist is a bit blocky. His arms aren't like round, he has big legs, big shoulders, big back, He's also like a more torso dominant. It's just not, he's like Eduardo, right? Eduardo Correa, basically, right? It's like Eduardo, he out bodybuilded Jose and Flex. He was better peaked. He was, you could even say he was more muscular in some body parts, but he was losing the shape, the genetic game.
Yeah.
And so no matter how good he looks, if he's going against guys with way better genetics and there aren't enough, then he just won't beat them, unfortunately. But he's always going to be on, and he's always going to be in that top call out.
He carries a lot of mass on a small frame, man.
Exactly. From what I heard, he's like the shortest, like really short. Besides Shawn, he's the shortest guy there.
I saw him compete in Mexico as an amateur, and I met him after the show, and the guy that was translating was like, yeah, he had to come off everything for 4 weeks before the show to get his weight down. So, the dude like held a lot of muscle on his frame, and he was very short, like 5'3" maybe.
Hey, I didn't actually see the woman's physique. Sarah, I heard Sarah won though.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Natalia's physique. One of my favorite women's physique competitors ever since she came in. So I thought she brought her all-time best. I think Sarah's legs are fucking huge, bro. They're big. Like, let's look at her.
Yeah, she's peeled.
But I will say at the night show, I noticed that Sarah she had a little film of water on her. But I don't think that was enough to sway anything, because I think that most of that's just done in prejudging anyway.
You know what? I'm always rooting for Natalia, so I'm super biased. I prefer her physique, but I can't tell if I'm being honest. I can't tell if it's my personal bias or not. She also watches the podcast, so hi, hi. But
I agree with that. I personally like Natalia's look over everybody else's consistently.
Very,
too.
very,
said
very
that every
different
year.
looking, though. Very different.
Yeah.
Very,
I've said that every year.
She's not round like Sarah.
Yeah,
she's more
hard.
like
She comes in hard though.
Exactly.
But
you
know what, Sarah? I think they like a lot about her. She kind of has like that old school Corey Everson type of vibe to her physique.
She does. You know,
and that's what I think they like a lot about her.
Yeah.
But yeah, Natalia comes in amazing condition. When the legs are separated as hell. She just she doesn't have the fullness in her legs, but I mean she's super separated.
Yeah, she does. She's also everybody's favorite because she's a sweetheart, you know.
Yeah.
So that works in your favor. But I mean, from judging, I mean, I still feel like it can go either way. This is a lot rounder. Yeah, I see it. Well, shout out Sarah. Oh, this girl. This was the newcomer girl. If she's shredded, she could win the whole shit.
Yeah, bro, she's nuts.
Yeah, if she's shredded, she can win the whole lineup.
That quad sweep is crazy.
It's crazy. That's ridiculous. Like, I look at this, I'm like, yo, she's better than me. Like, she's more impressive than me. I'm like, funny, crazy. Like you wouldn't think like girls could get this impressive. Be like, nah, that back double is gonna beat me in the fucking lineup.
Where would she place the men's open?
Oh no,
put a lot of muscle on.
I think she's gonna be fighting John Jewett for that top 10 there. Yeah, she looks insane. I also agree with this. Honestly, I don't even think she needed to be this shredded. I still had her winning.
She's just so big, dude. She's so big, Angie looks so good, but like she's just so big. Like she's in another league of size still.
Yeah, shape. I feel like size, shape, and I don't know if this is judged. I'm assuming it is. For me, I kind of judge it subconsciously, but she looks feminine as well.
Yeah,
and she poses feminine.
Yep.
She doesn't pose aggressively. She poses feminine, but looks really good. I mean,
bodybuilding though. Like, I mean, I know it's women's bodybuilding, but like, there's women's physique for femininity. I feel like that's kind of what I always feel like too.
So you're somebody who doesn't care about that in women's bodybuilding.
I appreciate that she keeps the femininity that she has in her posing because it's her personality. But I don't think it should be judged because Angie, it's not that Angie's not feminine, but that's the dainty like that. That's not Angie's personality. Angie,
not at all. Not at all.
And it's funny because Angie is the sweetest human being I have ever met in my life, dude. Like she is the most Angie.
Oh yeah,
okay. Dude, she is the most grateful, thankful, like loving human I've ever met. But that doesn't like she's also still like when you're training, like she's like me, like she's a lunatic. She'll headbutt you before a set, like you know what I mean. And so she's just, I don't see a point in trying to change that. And her look speaks for itself. I don't think that should be judged in this division. If it was physique, I think sure that's where it maybe could be judged a little bit more. But we want to see the biggest, most. I just think personally size.
You got to remember what got rid of the division in the first place. It was too overwhelming. So it's like
they did get rid of the division.
You have to add some form of femininity to keep it alive. To the masses. Yeah, like
to keep it alive.
You don't want a woman to
got just
like a man. You know.
Kim Kazewski,
right.
Was competing. If any of you guys, some of you guys are a lot younger than me. Kim Kazewski on stage looked like Dorian Yates. I mean, it was freaky. And then honestly, man, Iris Kyle, like you put a wig on her and it's Dexter Jackson. Like she was. So that was when they were like, okay, we're going to kind of go away from this. And, you know, if you look at where women's physique started, it was a lot. There were basically figure girls posing. So the divisions have both kind of gone back up again, you know, quite a bit.
Like Dana Lynn Bailey, the whole night. I mean, I feel like every division is always going to progress. And is it up to the judges to keep it down? Yes, but it's just human nature. Like it's hard to give it to somebody smaller and softer. You can try, but only for so long you can get away with it. Dave Palumbo doesn't think she can win the Olympia with a high top fade. Which you got it.
Great insight, Dave. What the hell are you talking about? What?
I mean, I don't know if it's the hairstyle in particular, but I do think that the femininity, I think they're judging it to a point. I think a little bit is being judged, but also, I mean, Andrea Shaw had a more appealing physique as well.
Yeah, the physique. If just going by the physiques, I think Andrea is the winner.
That's what I mean. I think if Andrew came in at size and, you know, had her beaten conditioning, I think she's feminine enough they would still give it to her. I think she genuinely just lost from
the show.
I mean, she's just, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to beat somebody that's double your size almost. I mean, she's huge. Andrea is huge.
She lost fair and square. Okay, let's see if we could. The Classic go before that? No. Does Gilco have Classic or the Gilco doesn't? Okay, boom. Okay. I guess we start with disappointment. A lot of people had Urs coming in and challenging, not Urs, Wesley coming in and challenging Chris.
Yep.
First glance, he looks downsized for some reason, like flat at least. Shredded though, but it does look, I don't see the crazy shoulders, the crazy, you know, he had the crazy fullness here against Ramon. I don't see that here. It looks more on the stringy side.
Like 2 weeks out, I think he talked about how they pushed. They were deciding to push farther for this show, and I think it was not in his favor to do so.
It's hard, bro. It's just a hard sport because
you know. Next thing you have to, because like they have to make weight, right? I don't know where he stands relative to the cap, but I wonder if you become too muscular for this division, you're still trying to make weight, and you have to suck down really flat to make weight, and then, you know, you can't carb up properly. Is that actually going to hurt your look relative to being less muscular and being like closer to the cap? You know what I'm saying? I think so. Variables to try and peak when you're making these like 5-10 pound swings to hit a cap.
Well, I would lose 20 to make weight when I was in Classic.
Yeah.
I mean, days.
I think I think you actually look worse the more muscle you add. The more muscle you have to lose to make a weight, I think you actually look worse.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
You know? And you don't look as peeled because the muscle isn't pushing up against the skin, you know? So yeah, I definitely noticed that. Once you get to that point though, I'm not sure why people are so hesitant to move up to open. Like, is she gonna have to put on a shit ton of size? Yes.
People hesitant to move to open. Have you seen any of these motherfuckers in the top 5? Like,
that
we're all
moves up to
big,
open.
and then there's like Hunter.
So there's a mile between this and men's open.
Dramatically different.
And in the process of trying to, you know, bridge that gap, you're going to lose a lot of what makes you marketable.
Yep.
Welcome to my life right now. It's been a pain in the ass.
Yeah, shit. A lot of people don't know. Stu himself was a classic physique athlete.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, you're in Classic?
My first show is almost natural, so I don't know if that counts, pal.
We ain't forget. I'm gonna keep bringing it up so nobody forgets, brother. Nah, but
how old were you?
20 years old.
Oh, you're young as hell.
Hey,
I was on like a little bit of SARMs, and I could barely make the weight.
You were a SARM goblin?
Damn.
No, I was on SARM Goblin, okay?
Not Stu. Stu Classic and SARMs? Oh, man. You losing your street cred, bro.
Where's your fucking pro card, baby? Oh, yeah.
Hey. Take it easy. Nobody.
Oh, no, please stop.
You can't
Shut up.
You can't let.
There's so many guys in classic and men's physique at the Olympia. Too many. You can't judge it like that.
Okay, but
honestly,
but that
there was like 40 guys.
No, there was like 63 qualified and over 50 competed.
Oh my God! See, I couldn't keep track of it.
No, and the judges can't either.
It's like
let's be honest.
It's impossible.
Yeah, you can't.
It's impossible. Okay, but here's my point, right? So if at 20 you were classic, and at 25 you were Mr. USA, obviously everybody doesn't have the same genetics, but why be scared to move up? If you put the time in, if anything, you should be not just as good at the open. You should potentially be better because you already have the structure, right? The structure is there.
No. We're talking about just on stage. Yes, you're right. But like, we're talking about these guys have careers. They're making shitloads of money doing, a division that's easier to do. And, if they try to move up to open, they're going to, get all ugly like me and you. So it's not really worth it. Like, we're not balling out and making money,
Speak for yourself.
And that's whenever I left class.
Hey, Miss Sutherland.
Hey, what's up? How you doing? How you doing, Miss Sutherland?
And who are you?
Hello.
These are my friends.
Oh, hello.
Bunch of degenerates.
Hello.
I expect an actual cameo. We're talking about bodybuilding, Mom.
Oh, I'll go then.
Yeah. Good to see you.
No, I think some people should consider it just because.
I think it's tough when.
Hey guys, good news. My mom's bone density went up.
Yay!
I just want to let you guys know.
There we go. Yeah. It must have been.
She's on that pharmaceutical aromacin, so that stuff, drops it.
I thought maybe you gave her some of that Ostrine that you had laying around.
Some of the SARMs.
That's your deal, PJ.
That's hilarious. Oh man. Okay, so where we at? What we talking about? Okay, yeah, so I think some of them need to do it, right? Let's say Ramon. Like, what else can Ramon do? I mean, he's
one of those guys who's like 16th and back, which is 3/4 of the lineup in classic. Then you should probably. The reason why you weren't up there is not because you don't look good. It's not because you were out of shape. It's because nobody knows who you are, and you're probably not making a great living doing classic. And you need 30 pounds of tissue to be anybody of note in this bodybuilding world.
That's why. That's why you win it, Brady.
Honestly, yeah, because bro, I knew if I had tried to balance my physique out and done, let's say, the Arnold and had a good showing and blew up, right? I would have never left classic at that point because then my money is being made being a classic guy. My career would then be in classic.
Yeah.
So when I had a bout outcome, I knew I had to make that decision right then and there. I was 25, I think, 24. And so it was like, either I go up now or I don't ever grow up.
Yeah. You
gotta and ultimately, of course I want to make money, but I just love bodybuilding. I'd rather chase the sand down my whole life. If I don't get there, I don't really care what I made in the meantime, as long as it's enough to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
What the IFBB and the NPC did with this from a business standpoint was very strategic and smart, because you took the classic and you had Danny Hester win, right? Great physique, right? But older guy, it wasn't really overly appealing to anybody. So when they go back to the drawing board, Bumstead, they're like, we're going to make this guy the face of this division, and we're going to attack 20 to 25-year-old weightlifters, right? They got behind him, right? They helped blow him up, and he absolutely has deserved to win these Olympias. You know what I mean? he's got that look that was very marketable and appealing. So you've got so many guys, younger guys, 20 to 25-year-old guys that are like, love Chris Bumstead. They can't get enough Chris Bumstead, so they want to be like that. And it's drawn so much attention to this classic bodybuilding class. But when Chris Bumstead leaves, I wonder what kind of appeal a lot of these guys are going to have from a marketing standpoint that can carry the division the way that a Bumstead could.
I think he's paved the way for all the other top 5, top 10 guys because, like, they're not freaky in person, right? But like, you see them on stage and like they're selling like a lifestyle as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think somebody will fill his shoes, not to the same extent, but there's like 5 guys you could pick from who could potentially kind of fit a bit of that mold. At least very different from what we do. Open guys.
But you've got, like, for instance, you look at second place, right? Mike the Badass.
Change that name. You're not gonna blow up with that name.
Yeah, to me, he doesn't have good physique. He did a great job with his physique, but he doesn't have the it factor. Now, somebody like Ramon, right? He definitely has the it factor, but he's not from the United States. He's from Brazil. Somebody like BOYZ, kind of a weird physique, but he comes in peeled. I don't care about the new hairstyle. I don't care for it, but none of them have that golden boy Bumstead marketability. So it changes the whole dynamic of that division now. They're still going to have plenty of people that want to compete in Classic, but you had a lot of guys that were going to go and keep trying because they wanted to be like Chris Bumstead so bad. So perhaps the change in the guard and him leaving may encourage some of those guys to go over to open instead of trying to be the next Chris Bumstead.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. I think as far as
going, guys, I'll talk to you later. Okay.
I gotta get out too. I gotta head to the gym.
All right, catch y'all.
Take care, guys.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I personally think it's gonna, as far as marketability, it's gonna be somebody that's not there yet.
Yeah.
I think that I think Instagram Anton Swole, right? He turned pro at like 19 or something, which is crazy, right? I see him blowing up, and he has some of the same traits. Like, he's humble, even though he's got all the success early. He's not
he's a 20-year-old little motherfucker when you meet him. I love him to death, bro. That's my bro. Like, he's like a little brother to me, man. Like, he's a great human being, but he is he reminds me of myself when I was 21. He's loud. He loves to talk shit. He loves to let people know that he's great, but he does it quietly. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't do it publicly in public. He's incredible with his fans. He's incredible with just meeting people.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I agree. When he grows, man, as a human being, when he comes into his manhood and into himself as a human, he's gonna lead this division. He's a hell of a kid.
I think so. His Instagram handle. Okay, let me pull it up right now. But he's
an interesting character, but he's a good fucking kid, man. He's got a lot of heart, a lot of energy, and I think he can really go.
He's don't try to pronounce his last name, but Ratushny, I think.
You said that actually exactly right.
Oh, perfect.
I think you did. I might be wrong.
Impressive, huh? But I see somebody like that doing it. I see somebody like that doing it because he has the look. He also the age. He has so many years. He has so many years to fill in the frame. And I feel like younger guys, when the younger guys can relate to something, that's what blows you up.
Yep.
So
for a long time, fucking 40 years, however long it was, excuse my language, all that you had was bodybuilding. So young guys were looking at Arnold, then they were looking at Lee Haney, and then they were looking at Dorian. It was all about bodybuilding. So you wouldn't even dare really getting on stage until you had, what a lot of these coming into the pro level with now as an open bodybuilder back then,
Exactly.
So it's encouraged way more people to compete, I think, which is great for the sport.
Young too. That kid's only like 19 yet, right?
Huh?
That kid that was in that video, he's still super young too, isn't he?
I think he
Oh
was
yeah,
20,
yeah, yeah. He's probably 20 max. Oh, he definitely
Let me cut you off, buddy.
yeah, yeah. You talking about this guy, right? Yeah, he's getting big himself.
Tristan Lee, some shit.
Tristan Lee, yeah, yeah. I think he got taller too. That growth, man. That growth will put some couple of insane. But yeah, I saw him before, and he looked like a miniature human. I thought it was like a little person, but it looks like he got a little taller from the videos. But that was back when he was like 16, maybe. He literally looked like a miniature little person.
Yeah, he looks good there.
Yeah. So he's I think he can be the future. Nothing is set in stone, but I think he has the potential to be.
I think he will. I think you know what though, Austin SB, bro. Austin SB is somebody that I think look wise, personality wise too, is kind of already there. He just has to add like a year's size. But like if he comes in 100% pure, Austin SB is somebody that like I said, I also go for like the personality of like, can that person handle it? And I think Austin can handle it now.
Okay, I can see that.
I mean, he
moved to open, didn't he? He said he's gonna do open instead.
Is he?
Bro.
Bro?
Yeah, he said that what he had to do.
No, I can't speak on it.
I don't know.
Well, I really don't know, but I don't think he's going to leave open. If that was said, I don't think he's actually going to do that. But if he does, I mean, he could be good in a few years in open, but I think he could be the next now guy that could come up and be in the top 5 out of nowhere next year, and then start carrying it. Yeah.
All right. What do you guys think about Mr. Dino here? Let's get a look.
He wasn't ready to pose years ago.
Huh?
I think Dino was pretty much capped out 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think he looked the same as he always looked personally.
Yeah.
The other guys just got better, you know?
Yeah, there's nothing he can do. Like, I think he barely makes it every year to cap. How do you improve on that? And then the better you get, the worse your look's going to get because you have to keep cutting down into your division, right? So
I think he was slightly fuller and slightly less hard, but not by a noticeable difference. But there was a moment where I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know if it was a blood sugar thing, but he started leaking like a faucet, like weird. It was like all over his body.
Yeah, somebody was telling me that. Yeah,
and then they moved him out. Like once that happened, they moved him out. They don't always care about sweating. But there's a limit, bro. I mean, there's one.
That's what happened to Casey when he did the Tampa Pro. He was in 4th place in front of John Jewett, I think, or even standing next to him in 2021. And out of nowhere, he just started sweating profusely. And when they came back to the finals, they moved him to 7th.
It was over, yeah.
Bro.
Like there's a limit. Like Hunter sweats sometimes. Well, in the past, I've seen Hunter leak like a faucet too. But like some people sweat more. You know, Brett sweats a little bit. That's not big. They just rub it in, no problem. But if you just start leaking, like that looks crazy. Because you couldn't even. His tan was starting to mash up, and then you can't see the detail when you're covered in sweat. So that they moved him out, and he just couldn't recover from that. But I think people saw that and thought he was off. I don't think he was off, man. I gotta be honest. I don't think he was off. They were just better. Like Urs was better. Mike the Badass was better. I mean, it is what it is. So
another guy, Urs could do so well in open. I don't know why he stays in practice.
I don't know. I mean, Ramon too. Shit, look at motherfucking arms, his forearms.
Yeah, bro. I just don't get it.
I mean, some of the off-season pictures of Urs, he looked like out of all these guys, somebody that could move over to open.
Yeah, like within the next year.
Yeah,
bro. We're talking about like he was like 275 with abs, like
he has deep lines, bro. Like not pretty deep.
Yeah. You know, but he gets his glutes shredded by like 250. So it's like, damn, you still got to go down to, I don't know, 225 or something like that. He's just losing muscle every year. He's gaining muscle just to lose it. I took pictures with him outside of Gold's Venice, and you couldn't tell who was open or not. Like, looked the same to me. Weight wise, maybe I was heavier, but it looked the same.
You know how like his complaint is arms. Like, say you can't even bring him up that much. In bodybuilding, arms isn't super important. Like, it helps, but it's not super important. So his other body parts are as powerful as they are. So do better.
Because he has the big legs. I mean, the arms are open.
Sure.
Yeah, I feel like the arms gotta look good enough. You know,
he's gotta be up to par with the rest of the physique, but they don't have to be huge.
Yeah, like Derek and Hadi, their arms are good, but it's not like over the top. You know. So, well, shout out Ramon. I like Ramon. Who got? Urz got third, right? Where did Ramon place fourth? Yeah, this here is wild. I'm all about creativity, but this is it's not doing it. It's not doing the job. But
it's crazy how something like that could cause so much commotion because the amount of people that have said stuff about the hair. But again, when people are
good marketing tool,
like
they're talking about it.
If people feel that way, though, the chances are it probably turned the judges off no matter what, right? Like if that many people are like, "Why did he do that to his hair? He looks ridiculous." The judges probably had that same thought as well. And even though their job is just to focus on the physique, it could turn you off a little bit. It's just something that I don't recommend people doing.
They're still human beings, right? At the end of the day. So it's like tattoos, hair, beards, they're not judged, but there's a certain level, right? Okay, my beard like this, I won't be judged. But if my beard was down to my fucking nipples, then it's kind of like, that could be. So you don't want to do something that could potentially be distracting, right? Same thing. I'll have my hair in a bun. If I just leave my hair out, should they judge it? No, but they'd be like, why the fuck are your hair's all out, you know? So I think you want to avoid, if you can, you want to avoid it. Same way, okay, tattoos aren't judged, but don't get a fucking big tribal tattoo on the middle of your fucking stomach, right?
Yeah.
It's just, you probably want to avoid it. So if a hairstyle is really flamboyant, maybe don't do it. Just in case, just for that little bit of a chance, you know. But
hey, baby, that stomach tattoo is pretty specific.
Oh yeah, what do you get? What do you,
specific, brother?
Inside joke. Be careful of stomach tattoos.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
what are you getting, Joe?
I'm getting so I already have the Phoenix that everybody saw, and now I'm getting like a pocket watch with a chain. And the Roman numerals, and the time is my dad's birthday. At the top of the watch is his initials, and then the bottom of the watch is his life years.
Oh, that's nice.
That's awesome.
Fire. Yeah, he's getting tatted up. Does it hurt? It looks like you're taking it pretty well.
Honestly, bro, if you do leg extensions right, this ain't nothing.
That's a good one. Okay. So Earth's third, Mike the Badass. Hey man, I mean, even though he's small in stature, I mean he's actually fucking huge. Like what the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
he has the most as far as the caliber of his physique, the most open style looking physique. There, he just makes it in classic, but he's balanced and thick. You know, he's got thickness.
Yeah, we're all obviously open bodybuilding the heart. I think that's why I like him so much. like that look.
But I'm so confused. Since when the fuck did he look like this? I've never seen him.
I have no idea, bro.
I was saying the same.
He's
thing.
always been close, bro.
Well, he's always been good, but it looks like he added it looked like he added 10 pounds of tissue. Like,
yeah, he looked a lot thicker everywhere.
Yeah, and he got a little like 10 pounds leaner too. Like
okay,
he definitely, this was light years ahead. I agree, but
yeah. Well, okay, I guess if you're 10 pounds more muscular and 10 pounds leaner, you still make weight, right? Because in my head, I'm like, how do you make weight and look this much bigger? but he, like you said, he's also leaner. You know, I don't even know how you pull that off to make this much improvements, and I couldn't even tell you. He's always had crazy shape. I would be like, this guy's shape is stupid, right?
His front shots when he's moving are very strong because his lats flare a lot. His arms are big. You know, like I honestly thought that he was the clear second. Like I thought there was a pretty big gap between him and the rest of the guys.
Yeah. And then a few weeks out, I saw like a Photoshop scandal. I'm like, well, she photoshopped himself to look worse because the motherfucker looks better without the Photoshop. I'm like, gee, what the fuck? Like, it was like, I was like, yeah. I mean, he actually looks better on stage than on Instagram. So it doesn't even. In the past though, he would look crazy on Instagram and on stage, it would be a little bit not the same. But this year, shit. He must have bought fucking Adobe to on stage with him.
He also, you gotta wonder sometimes too, like maybe he's always traveled too close. Maybe he went like 2 or 3 weeks out this time or something. But these guys who gotta travel, these guys who gotta travel, it's another battle that we don't have to deal with. You know, even if we fly 4 or 5 hours, like that's nothing compared to what these guys are going. You know,
I agree.
16 hours behind their time plus the 16.
The first time I ever flew to compete, it affected me so much that after that, even though I had, species, Dave would pay for my travel, I would actually pay to leave 2 days extra earlier than what Dave would pay of my own money just to get in earlier, get in an extra 48 hours to just get all that out of the way. And it made a tremendous difference. So,
smart.
To do all that travel, like when you're coming far, it takes its toll on your physique.
Hey, I gotta be honest. I prefer this physique over Bumstead, and like, not saying he should have won or not, but I personally prefer this look over. But I would rather look like this personally
because you're a bodybuilder, and that looks like an open style look,
Oh yeah. He looks like.
I don't think he's also like. I think he's not capped out as how good as he can look. I think he can still bring more and be better. Like I mean, like he looks amazing, but like I think he can pull out a look that looks like that is as good as Bumstead's at some point, and I think he will. I think he'll probably win in the next 3 years.
Okay,
so next year.
If you pay close attention, who does he look like? Who does his physique look like in the open? Hey,
Martin.
Literally, he looks exactly. I was just looking at where did he go? Oh,
he's similar to balance to Martin, just smaller, obviously, but the way the balance and the flow very similar.
Well, his front double is Martin. Front lash spread is Martin. Yep. I'm looking. I'm like, I feel like I'm looking at Martin. Yeah. It's kind of crazy, and to look like Martin in Classic is hard to fucking do. Like, how do you do that? Well,
what weight? What's his weight?
he's pretty short.
He looks short, right? So
I think he's like 5'7".
Holy fuck!
Yeah.
So you're talking about he's like 190, if that?
Crazy.
I think 200 is what they're allowed to be now.
Well, this motherfucker looks like about 230, man. It's insane. See, okay, why would you go to open if you're second? But what the fuck would he look like in open? Well, I wouldn't know. It would look fucking insane, That's my thing. I feel like most of us, we always want to see the best. We don't want to, even if our limited physique is the best in the world, we can't go through life never seeing what the fuck we could have looked like. We can't do that.
What if you could have been like the next coming of Dorian or Ronnie and you missed the chance for it?
That's what I'm saying. Imagine not knowing, like, oh, what if I could have been the best, like, out of everybody, because a lot of these classic people potentially could, right? Yeah. They have all the gifts. Like, most of them could probably be top guys, if they just added the tissue, which I'm sure they can do it. I mean, if they can get the food down, you can do it, So
I mean, if you look at what Dorian looked like the first show he ever did, all these guys blow him away.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, who would have known that that's what he would have turned into based on that? I mean, you don't know unless you go hard and try.
Exactly. If everybody's not Phil, everybody doesn't look like Mr. Olympia their first show. Yeah. But you keep adding the tissue, it's like, wait, what's going on here? Well, Samson, you're like, oh, that UK guy, he has nice aesthetics. You're like, whoa. At the Boston, like, holy shit, what's going on? At the Arnold, like, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on, bro? And then next thing you know, fucking Mr. Olympia, you know. Hey, C-Bum still looks good, obviously. He's shredded. The taper. Okay.
His presentation is really outstanding also, you know, like he carries himself the way that Mr. Olympia should. His execution of the poses for his physique, I think, is perfect.
Your side chest is really good. Really
Yeah,
good.
I mean, the glutes, the feathers and the glutes and the side, the striations all the way up in the top of his hip like that. I mean,
that's crazy. Look at the fucking chest. Even the chest is fucking. I mean, that's a hell of a fucking side chest. I gotta be honest. You know, okay. And he doesn't have any stand-up body part. It's not like, whoa, look at it. Just works though. Yep. It works. Glutes are always peeled.
Yep.
This used to be his worst pose, and now, I mean, this is a really good pose.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. You can see the hamstring tear, but shit, it looks freakier if anything.
Yeah, it pops out more.
Yeah. I think he had a slight quad tear too. I think I saw a video like somewhere here. Something looks a little strange.
Yeah, because that leg you can see is different than the other one.
But you know what? It don't bother me. It don't throw it off of me. It still works, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're the big.
If he had like prettier straight through lines like Keone, it would make Keone's leg look worse. Yeah, but the way that his quads already kind of look, like it doesn't take away much of the look. They're kind of lumpy like that already.
Yeah,
exactly. Like you can see. Look at this sweep and look at this sweep. Mm-hmm. That you can see like, but that's an intramuscular tear. You can't fix that, right? If your sweep tears in half, you're just fucked.
There's like a hole in there now. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just fucked. But it don't distract me that bad. I got to be honest. It still works, you know. Shout out Bumstead. I mean, I think it was a fair win. But if Mike would have won it, I don't think anybody would have complained. Well, obviously, his millions of fans would complain.
Yeah,
but like people like us with no horse in the race, no bias, I think we would have been like, I'm cool with that. You know?
Yeah, he definitely brought. Bumstead brought what I hoped he would bring. Right, he consistently improved, but and he deserved to win. I would say that Mike the Badass has the most dramatic change that I've seen any of these guys show up with.
I agree.
Because I didn't have him. I definitely didn't have him predicted in the top 5.
I don't think any of us did, man.
You know? Nobody would have thought that he would be placing ahead of Wesley Vissers. You know?
No, we didn't think that was gonna happen. You know. All right. Who wants to get into some bikini?
I used to really care a lot about bikini when I was coaching. And I'll tell you, I got way out of it now.
You know, it's funny you say that. When I had bikini clients, I started getting. You get into it naturally. You know, once you can't. You know, same with men's physique. I have quite a bit men's physique athletes, so I do follow it to a point.
I've always rooted for Ashley just because she's just an awesome girl, and just on a personal level, I've always wanted to see her continue to win. Yeah. And I think it's amazing that she still competes after all this time. I mean, I saw her turn pro. So, it's so hard to judge these girls, you know?
Bro, Ashley has 49 wins.
Insane.
Wow.
What the fuck? How do you even do 49 shows, let alone fucking win them shits?
I remember when she said a year ago, I want to win 50 shows.
I don't. That's insane. I don't even understand. Does she just? I'm assuming she just looks like that all the time.
Well, she looks. If you ever look at how cool her college track pictures are, she had a sick physique running track. She was a decathlete. Actually, maybe she was a heptathlete. Whatever. She did a lot of events. So she had a really good core, good muscle quality. And I was actually, I remember the day well because I was actually covering the show with Singerman. It was Team Universe, and she came out, and I was like, "Damn, that girl's really good." And I was like, "She's gonna win the whole show." And Singerman's like, "Really? Oh, you're the expert." I'm like, "That girl's good, man." And he was like, "Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of girls here that are good." I'm like, "No, dude, that girl's genetics are crazy. That girl is gonna win the overall." She won the show, and as soon as she started putting a little bit more muscle on, her physique just got crazy fast. Like you could tell she was like just young and like just had crazy, crazy good genetic structure, you know?
Yeah. One of those things. All right, we've been on.
He was a real athlete, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
We've been on for a minute.
Athletes or people with an athletic background will do well.
Oh yeah, you know.
Yeah. Besides me, apparently. All right, let's do a couple questions before we wrap up. Anybody else got to go, or y'all gonna rock to the end?
I'm rocking to you. Happy to be
I'm
here.
excited, so I'm stuck here.
can't go nowhere anyway.
Yeah, he definitely can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Hey,
Mrs. Tattoo Lady, how much do you charge? What's your prices? Oh, can she hear me?
Because she's on my I want my headphones. But what do you want?
Yeah.
You really want to ask for something in particular?
Ask her if she got a boyfriend.
She don't have that.
Okay. Just send me that Instagram, Joe.
It's the other.
The
other.
Scandalous.
Hey, you know what they say? You never fully switch sides. They never fully switch sides. There's always a chance of coming back. Do
you have a boyfriend over there?
Turn your phone a little bit. Let me see that smile. You got a nice smile.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Yeah. How you doing? Okay. Oh no. Yeah, I might have to hang out with her friend. All right.
And this is where we can timestamp it where Joe's tattoo got messed up.
That looks like a dick in there, right there. I'll take purposely.
Oh man! All right, let's. I got distracted. What do you think about training fasted in the? My clients just asked me about this too. What do you think about training fasted in the morning with just EAA and carb powder?
That's not fasted, so.
That's a good point.
Carb powder took you out of the fast.
Let's say EAAs then.
Fine, I train fasted every single day.
I've trained fasted a few times, and so does Alyssa.
Yeah.
Classic Physique. Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, if you heavy the day before, high carb. I mean, you're not gonna, and you're in off season, you're not gonna need no food, really, honestly.
See, but my only thing is that I feel like it depends on your body. I feel like me, PJ, and Joe, right? We have like I don't know, we're like heavier set, you know. We don't have like a super fast metabolism per se. So I feel like okay, boom. Perfect. So we got Brady on with a fast metabolism. My client has a really good metabolism. So I'm kind of nervous because I feel like last year he came in flat, and I don't want that to happen again. So I'm like, especially he's 4 weeks out. I'm like, I don't think this is. If you were gonna do this, I'd rather you have started that earlier. But we're already at that area that I don't want to mess around with that kind of stuff. I'm like, maybe don't train fasted. You know?
He's already into his contest prep?
He's 4 weeks out.
Oh, don't change it.
You know? Also, he's really strong and he trains really heavy. I'm like, I want you to I want to make sure you're recovering and keeping all that muscle, you know? So I don't know. I think for me, I could do that till the show. I don't think that affects me in a negative way.
When I was competing, I trained after 3 meals consistently. That was how I preferred to train. But I was also fighting to get as much possible size on my body as I could always, you know?
Yeah.
So now I eat till I go to bed and then I train fasted in the morning, but I'm loaded up from the day before. I actually feel better than if I get up and try to eat breakfast and then go train.
100%. Yeah, if I have a cheat meal, let's say if I have a cheat meal at night, I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat before I train in the morning.
Oh.
That's the But if you're in the depths of contest prep, you're waking up hungry as fuck. I don't know, man. Not for
I always tell
everybody.
people in off season I perform better on less food before I train. In prep, I perform better on more food, which is going to make sense because typically in prep you're shredded, right, or getting lean, and then calorie deficit. So those carbs will actually help you compared to make you sleepy before training. You know.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I need so much food to do anything to my body. But like, bro, like I'm not even kidding. Like even like 1,200 grams of carbs on like a consistent basis
you went through it.
is like I've had times where I've grown on that, and I've had times where I've eaten that in prep and have lost 4 or 5 pounds a fucking week.
Oh,
Like
that's how Cody Montgomery was.
it sucks, bro. Because like then it's like and there's some preps where it's been like, well, okay, what do we do? Like,
doing with the shit.
like I can't eat anymore. Like there's no, I cannot physically get more food down. I'm drinking my meals at that point, anyways. Which
That's
I
wild.
you know, I drink a lot of food, but
I can't relate to that. But I'll get fat off of 4,000 calories.
well, listen, just be blessed because you don't have to. If you've never blended chicken and rice
Oh no!
multiple times, like for like a whole off season, you're a blessed.
Yeah, let's see
because it's off.
Let's see it, Joe. Oh yeah, that's fire.
That's sick.
That was good.
That's sick.
Did you tie it together already? The 2 tattoos? Is it like blended or not yet?
Yeah, so
Kind of. Yeah.
right there.
That's dope. That's dope.
Cool.
You got to get some on the inside now, on this part.
Yeah, I'm gonna get something right here on the wrist, by the wrist.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna fill it all up.
Yeah, but fire. Get game time. Game time right here. Yeah,
Good time.
yeah. So if you're watching Angel, don't train fasted. You gotta get small. Views on Eddie Abu's approach to dieting.
Man, I love Eddie. He's over the top. A lot of what he says is crazy, but where he's coming from in a lot of ways is not wrong. But a lot of what he says is definitely crazy. So
I'm not super familiar. I just heard like I remember hearing like I remember hearing like fruits are bad for you or no fruits or
he's a little extreme with some of it. But what he pushes on the ketogenic side is not necessarily wrong, and there are plenty of benefits. I did keto for a few years. He actually, that's how I knew him, was from way back then with Dave. But you know, a lot of these guys, unless you are acting crazy and saying crazy shit, people don't pay attention to you.
Nobody watches. Yeah.
So I think a lot of it is hyped up for the views, you know.
Okay, yeah.
But put this in your body. This is poison. This is poison with energy drinks and stuff, you know.
You got to be over the top to get some views. That's true.
You know what's funny about that though? Is actually a moment I just kind of came to, PJ. Is when I was 19, sophomore in college, like my first cycle, my first prep, I was watching you and Cody on Cody's YouTube all the time.
Oh, cool.
And it's I mean, bro, like that was like, because I always like, I was young, so I always kind of put myself like in Cody's shoes through like his USA prep. Like I'm like, I can do that one day, you know what I mean? And like, I mean, you guys were just awesome. And that was before I was just a kid in college with, 170-pound physique, no followers, whatever. But like the right people still find you. Yeah. But like, there's no possible way. Like, obviously, like, your name's big, Cody's name's big, but then you have Blessings of the world.
Yeah.
Blessing does dumb shit. If you've ever met Blessing, like he's funny and he's goofy, but his shit, I'm like, where do you even come up with half this shit? Is this just so
crazy? Yeah.
Because it's like he literally sits there and goes, how the hell do I just get 1 million of people to laugh at something absolutely stupid to follow?
Yeah.
So
that's how it works, man. But thank you for sharing that story with me, man. That was a lot of for me. That was a lot of fun that time in my life, man. Cody was like my son, man. Like I remember the day that he came in my office and he's like, "I got to talk to you private." And we went into the office and he goes, "Man, I'm having a baby. That you're the first person I'm telling besides my parents." And he gave me a hug, and in my head I was like, "Motherfucker." I was like, I told him years later that I said that. I was like, this is just gonna ruin everything now. And I was like, man, was this planned? I was like, I was happy for you, whatever. We supported him, and I was like, damn, I know his career was gonna go in a much different direction after that because he was so young,
Hey, PJ, do you think you can have a kid and be a really fucking good dad or the best dad you can be while being the best bodybuilder you could be. Not
Conor
just
Labrada.
have a kid, not just have a kid in bodybuild because you could be a
Conor
fucking
Labrada.
deadbeat. Oh yeah, he does have a daughter. That's a good point. Good point.
He's an
So
incredible dad too.
here's the thing. I think that can it be done? Yes. It takes a very certain type of individual. And as far as the mindset and mentality of like a Hunter Labrada or an Evan Centopani, who also did it, very like family oriented, quiet, kind of reserved guys. Now, if you're a single guy trying to make it in bodybuilding, I encourage you to stay that way because it's a lot easier to focus on yourself than on a girl and on family and these other things. And, you know, we can all say what we think is what a good dad should be. Like, it's easy for me to say, like, my biological father left when I was 8 years old, you know, so I could complain about that, or I could say that, you know, him doing that made me end up a hard ass worker. You know, it's tough to say, but from a bodybuilding standpoint, I feel that as a young man, you got to put, if you really want to make it in bodybuilding, you got to put every single thing you got into bodybuilding, which is going to be counterproductive to raising a child.
Yeah.
You know who else is a really good dad, man, is Brandon Curry.
Yeah,
good point.
Great guy.
And he's
Great
very,
family.
very involved. I think he coaches his son's football team, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I know he's very heavily involved in all things too,
But here's the thing.
Get that pro card first as a young man. You can continue to improve having the family. It really comes down to the dynamic. How, like, listen, Brandon, he'll tell you, because he used to say it back in the day, his wife held it down for them big time, man. Like, a lot of wives won't do that. Let him go train over there while she was taking care of the kids and stuff. Like, that's a strong, you know, family dynamic to make that work.
But also, if you want to see the impact of having kids, look how much better of a bodybuilder he became when he went out to Kuwait. You know,
Right,
when he completely focused.
So
you know?
so what you're saying is pretty much if you have kids to be successful as a bodybuilder, you have to have a woman that holds it down.
Makes a tremendous difference. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I heard somebody talking about that. Was it maybe Brett? Possibly Brett. Like during it was Brett. Like during his prep, she's holding it down, pretty almost 100%. And then now when he's off prep, he steps up. So, you know, to try to counterbalance it, because like Peter said, define a good dad. You still have to earn a fucking living. You would be a bad dad if you stayed home and made no fucking money, right? So it's like I still have to earn a fucking living, but now I'm trying to go above and beyond to make it up.
I forgot Brett just had a kid.
Yeah. So I think that's being a great dad. Is it also chasing your dreams? I think I would love to see my dad chase his dreams. That would be motivating. So define good dad.
Had babies. Derek just had a kid too, and Shawn. I forgot all of them just had babies.
A lot of people. So the blessing. Blessing I went to.
Have established their careers first, though, that we're talking about.
Exactly. You're right.
Exactly.
Right,
And from the looks of
a guy coming up with a dream, it's probably not the best
there's
idea.
no chance.
Exactly.
Unless you got a crazy family business where you got millions and you don't got to work and you can just focus on it anyway, then maybe that's it is, you know.
But watching all these, because I watch all these people's YouTubes, what they have in common is their wives hold it down. Yep. I'm watching them eat their meals, and the wife is playing with the baby. Even C-Bum's, you know, Courtney, I see her holding it down. You know, he does the best he can while in prep, and then, you know, after prep, 100% in. So yeah, you got to have the counterbalance. If your wife is just like, nah, you know, then it's not going to work. So you just have to have
you have to have a very supportive woman, you know, that wants to have that role, you know.
Yeah, and that's
not these OnlyFans selfish girls, you know.
Yeah, you know,
that ain't gonna work.
Not girls with stomach tattoos, right, Joe?
Yeah.
All right. Damn, I lost my place. All right. Let's do one more. Huh?
You mind yourself.
Let's do one more. Boiling. Opinions on okay, that's a good one. Opinions on shakes versus whole food in the off season when fighting to get calories in. We kind of talked about that.
Drinking chicken and rice like a man.
No.
I always prefer real food, but I prefer a shake over nothing.
Yeah.
Once a client tells me, "Oh, I can't get meal 6 down," I'm like, "Yes, you can. Either blend it or have a shake or drink your egg whites. You could, you could always
Figure it out.
I don't care, motherfucker. If you have a slice of fucking cheesecake, motherfucker,
Yeah.
eat, motherfucker."
Listen, I told Palumbo right back in the day, I couldn't eat. I was like, I can't eat it anymore. It's eating so much, I was miserable. So plus I was maxed out on the amount of money that I had to spend. So I created an entire meal twice based around what Dave was giving me. I was taking 2 scoops of his waxy maize, his Carbolize, 2 scoops of his Isolese protein, and dumping his macadamia nut oil into it and drinking that twice a day because it wasn't costing me. Dave was sending it to me anyway, and it was helping me get the calories in. Dave told me, he was like, "You're not eating enough until you throw up in your car because you're eating so much food." And I was like, okay.
Hey, I've done it. I had a coach do that to me, bro.
Damn. See, I can't relate. I could literally eat all my meals solid meals, and it wouldn't be that much food, But if I had to eat, I did one off season with Compton where I was probably at like 7,000 calories, and I was having probably 3 shakes, honestly. But I don't want to have only a shake. I want to incorporate some real food, so I would eat the oatmeal and have the shake. You could always drink a shake. I mean, I don't care how full I am. I could drink a shake even if I don't want to. I don't fucking want to drink it, but you can. So
I went through a phase in my mid-20s where for a year I was setting my alarm and waking up to drink a shake and go back to sleep. I was drinking, it was gross. I was drinking a box of liquid egg whites blended up with oatmeal, just chugging it and going back to sleep. But I found it was messing my sleep up too much.
I actually still do that, but not because I have to for the calories, just because I get greedy at night, and I like when I wake up to pee, I have like a couple Oreos, and then I drink my shake. I'm like a nighttime eater. If I don't have the shake, I'm gonna eat the whole box of Oreos. Like just on the bathroom break, I'll just grab it and I'll be in bed like this.
Dead asleep, wake up mad as hell that your Oreos are gone. Like, why'd I eat them?
Bro, it's the weirdest thing. So the shake holds me down enough that I have a couple Oreos and I'm good. So it's weird, but that's like a weird quirk.
When I was pushing to get to 300 pounds, I took a page out of Palumbo's book too, and I pretty much downed McDonald's almost every single day.
Yeah.
I had no choice. I had no choice. I was like, if I want to get there, it's the only way I'm gonna be able to do it.
Yeah. Taco Bell, McDonald's.
It's so hard to get that many clean calories in. That was what Dave told me to. I was like 279 for like months, right? And Evan was like pushing to get 300. I wanted to get 300, but I was like, I got to crack 280. And Dave was like, listen, what got my size on is I had to start going to eat, McDonald's after my workouts to get the calories in. And, I started doing that. I started going to Wendy's and McDonald's after my workouts and, get a lot of calories in a condensed space doing that,
My only issue is that my digestion goes to shit unless it's the last meal. Or do you do last meal, Joe? Last meal?
Yeah, if I don't, then like you said, like I can't even get any food in at that point. So
exactly.
Where I look at my body's gonna digest slow at night. So
my trick. Who's that? My trick with Compton when we got up to 7,000 calories, I didn't have the appetite for it, but I went 80% lean ground beef, which I hate because that shit is so greasy. I don't like that shit.
It's so good. Are you kidding me?
I like 80% too.
Really?
What were you mixing it with?
I would put either bolognese or like marinara, pasta sauce. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I used to do that.
Prego. So I would do that, have it with pasta. So it's it's a lot of fucking fat, and pasta sauce I'm sure has a lot of carbs in it. Yeah. So just that with the pasta, you do fucking 16 ounces of pasta with another 10 ounces of 80% ground beef. You know how much fucking calories you get in that meal, bro? It's a lot of calories.
I used to take the 80% ground beef, brown it in a pan, and I would get a box of Velveeta mac and cheese. Damn. And I would put the whole entire thing of cheese and then load the meat into it, stir the whole bowl up like that. And before I went to bed, I would just eat that on the couch before I went to bed.
My stomach hurts to listen to that now.
Hey, PJ.
You sleep hard like that.
You do, yeah.
PJ, I have a question for you, and I apologize if you don't want to talk about it more than well, you don't have to, but I'll talk about my experience.
No problem.
So I was in jail for 120 days, right?
Oh man, I'm sorry. Yeah, sucks.
Sorry to hear that, brother.
It's it is what it is. But it like, you know, it was a part of my career where like I couldn't really like take off, so I had to train in jail, like using like Jolly Ranchers for intra. You know what I mean? For like sugar for intra. Bro, I would order so many noodles and oatmeal packets. Like I would max mine and like 3 other people's commissaries out, and I would have like put like money on other people's commissary and stuff, so I could keep getting more tuna and like more shit. The amount of fucking food I ate in jail,
the sodium,
it was absolutely, bro, obscene. And I had a dude too he was on some kind of dietary restriction, so he got like 9 whole legs a day. So I got
fat in prison. So
I stayed, bro. I got fat, but I trained. Like I had to have added some tissue because like I was squatting a 300-pound dude every day for no fucking reason.
Did you guys have any weights where you were?
No, I was in just jail. I was in county. I wasn't in prison.
Yeah, it sucks. We had no weight. We had no weights even at the camp. We had
oh really?
We used to bring out our pillowcases and fill them up with rocks and sand outside and use that.
We would sometimes have water bags.
You know, like in prison, you can't ever talk about this kind of shit, but guys would sell their commissary. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, you're totally not allowed to do that, but a lot of people do it, right? So you'd be like, I'll give you, you know, $130 to have $100 of your commissary. Boom. I want 30 tunas. I want this. So that's how I made sure I was loaded up, where I always had I could not eat the mackerel. I did it for a couple weeks. And I was like, the mackerel is just so gross, man. So I paid a little extra for the tuna. But I ate like I was training for the Olympia, but with no steroids, no supplements, and no weight.
And no actual cardio besides walking around the fucking cell.
You're training your mental state. That's what you were doing.
Bro, like literally, and that was it. Honest to God, if I didn't keep my bodybuilding structure, I was gonna go fucking insane. Like,
I
couldn't do what everybody else.
Structure will save you in there.
Everybody else is wants to sit around, eat honey buns, and watch TV. I'm like, how are you guys in these plastic fucking chairs all fucking day watching the dumbest TV?
It would be January, and I'd be waiting at 5 a.m. to go outside, and the guards would be like, "Braun, what are you doing?" And I'd be like, "I'm going to the yard. The yard's open, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's like 15 degrees out there." And I'm like, "I have to go outside. I have to go train." And I'd come back, and they'd be like, "Oh man, you're dedicated." And I'm like, "You don't understand. This is all I have in here. You know, this is the only thing I have keeping me happy in here."
Shit, there was a time in my life where I thought I wasn't afraid to go to jail. I just wasn't mature enough to understand what the fuck that meant. And I'm like, I'm not scared of nobody. It ain't about that, motherfucker. It's about your fucking freedom. Like, you know,
your freedom's terrible. You did 120 days in county jail. That sucks. County jail is terrible. I was only in county jail for 2 weeks. Thank God, it was terrible.
County's awful, bro. You get treated like such dirt, like
a piece of shit.
Bro, it's fucking like, and like as a man too, especially like, well, I haven't really ever done much wrong in my life, so for me, it was kind of like, I don't know, like to be talked down to that low. I'm like, bro, I did one fucking thing. Get the fuck out! Like, don't talk to me. Like, I'll break your fucking jaw. But you can't do that as a man. You gotta like,
you gotta hold it down.
All right.
Is that necessary though?
Don't let me see you when I get out of here. But all right.
Okay. Is that necessary to treat inmates like that? I mean, you're already doing the time.
No.
Okay, my thing is
sure.
Okay, my thing is, even if you kill somebody, you're already doing the time, so you already paid the price. So do you have to add your extra sauce to it?
It isn't like it's only like that in the county jail. It's they have power trips there. Like, I'll tell you, like, at the camp, the guards that were so nice were guards that had actually already worked a long time at the pen. And they were so polite, but they would straight up, I mean, you're so polite. And they would straight up say, listen, man, in the pen, we're so outnumbered that we don't want any problems with anybody. So, we treat everybody with respect and we get the respect back. And I was like, man, it's so different than the county jail. Like, they talk down to you, you yell at you, and they're like, yeah, in the pen, you get stabbed if you act like that. So.
Yeah. I find that's unnecessary. It's like, it's supposed to be rehab, but we all know it's not. But that's fine. But you don't have to add extra. You don't have to add extra sauce to it. If somebody did the crime, they're already doing it. I feel like they already got their punishment. So no need for extra grease on it.
But I remember one time, somebody took the remote, right? So the way it was supposed to go is like to change the channel, you had to go ask for the remote and then go change it and then bring it back, right? Like immediately. So I guess somebody kept the remote for like 10 minutes, right? We all got bumped for 24 hours. And GED was supposed to come in that night, right? For like the people trying to get their GEDs to school. And they canceled GED that night and the next day because somebody had the remote for 10 minutes.
Yeah, they do group punishment. It's not cool.
Like, bro, for fucking what? The whole pod got fucking, bro. Like, you're 50, 60 dudes for what? Like, because somebody was frankly probably flicking through channels, just standing there watching one thing and knew they were going to change it, just lost track. Like, it's just the dumbest shit. But that's how they treat you, bro. Like,
that's way too far.
You're just dirt to them. Like, but I remember one time I got up to pee at like 3 a.m. and I started getting yelled at from like the CO box. I'm like, what is going on? He's like screaming at me, get back in my bunk. I'm like, I'm peeing.
Like, let me pee. Wait.
I'm fucking peeing, dude. Like, it's 3 a.m. What, are we bunked right now? Like, everybody's asleep. Like,
wait, is Joe nodding off while getting a tattoo? Are you falling asleep? What the fuck? I don't think I've ever seen that. I mean, for me, if I take enough fucking pain pills and fucking all type of shit, then yeah, I might not off getting a tattoo, but that's about it.
All right. Well, she's been asking me for like an hour to take her outside, and I better do that before Carly gets home, or she will rip my nuts right off. So.
But before you go, bro, you take a look at this. This is PJ when you first got a job.
Oh my god! I was almost 280 in there. It was crazy.
Oh god!
Oh man, came a long way. Look at him now, man.
Hey, listen, you're wrong for pulling that up there, bro. Don't ever look at my mugshot. I promise you will box. I promise you my mugshot.
But I had to do that. I was like, yo, I gotta cornrow my hair before I go home and just pretend that I really changed a lot.
Yeah, really play into the role.
Yeah, and it was like I was sending people that picture, and they were like, "What the fuck?"
That's wild. That's wild. Oh man,
that's funny. That's gold.
Life is crazy like that, gentlemen. All right, y'all. Thanks for coming on. Don't nod off too hard, Joe. Don't fuck up that too.
Hey, I really appreciate though. Just bullshitting and like, yeah, I said, I love it, man. I've been a
pleasure, man. Thank you.
My whole life, so
same here, man. Yeah. Hey, Joe, tell your tattoo lady bye.
Yeah, I'll say bye, B.
I'm getting out of here before we catch.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Bye, guys.
All right, y'all.